More news from MacFan PR, new things about Apple, what is going on with the design versus money-wise. Let's find out. Welcome back to another edition of MacFan PR News. My name is Hector, and in this episode what we're gonna do is we're gonna check on the latest news about Apple. Also, something else that I didn't say on the first part of the video. We're talking about Samsung too. Samsung brought new versions of the Galaxy phones, specifically the S lineup with the S23 and the S23 Plus or Ultra. They're very cool, and in fact actually you can see the full lineup on Tech Highlights video. I suggest to go to his channel and check it out. He brought, basically it was like a compendium of the presentation that the company brought this past week. As well, we're gonna bring some other things about Apple. One of the things is about the Apple Glasses and the Apple AR/VR headset. So two things kind of different, but at the same time all together. Well, they expected that they're gonna bring also the glasses as long with the AR/VR headset. However, they decided to postpone, most likely delayed and almost canceled the Apple Glasses until later, since they're thinking about revamping that with a less expensive option to get to more people, to get to more customers. In the case of the AR/VR headset, still coming up, I believe it's gonna be in May or June, and it's gonna bring a huge price in around the $3,000, which comes with the headset and also a battery pack to handle all the process. And you know how it is with Apple, they use a lot of very quality features on their devices, and that's another thing that we have to talk about. In fact, it's actually what is going on with Apple and the design. This week also we had the news that the design team behind the latest products also move away from Apple. Right now, they're not planning to cover that position. So everything's going to be relied on the actual director of design that it doesn't have, or the person doesn't have exactly a very good turn up with the company in terms of his ideas. But let's see how Apple managed to correct that and help continue with their ventures, specifically with these upcoming new features and new devices, including the AR/VR headset, which is going to be the major event of the year, as well as other products that we always are favorites, like the iPhone 15 lineup, and the expected, instead of an iPhone Pro Max, an iPhone Ultra, going basically on the same lineup of the Apple Watch Ultra. So we have to see what they're coming up with it. It's gonna be in the next couple of months. We understand that there's gonna be an event in the spring, so most likely we're expecting that AR/VR headset by then. Also, we have seen that they have neglected one particular device, and actually two. One of them is the actual iMac that has been neglected, leaving with the same one that came out in 2020 with the M1 chip, which is the first version that started the Apple Silicon transition. And also the Mac Pro that hasn't been come out with Apple Silicon at all. They still selling. The base model is around $6,000 from 2019. And the fact is, actually a lot of people, specifically in the Pro section, they're waiting for a better option with the newest chips. Most likely it's gonna be M2 Pro and Max, or possibly one Ultra that has been talking about a lot in this past couple of months as well, or maybe a newer version of the Apple Silicon chip. To be more specific, the fact is actually that they try to make this device obviously more expensive, but also more upgradable by the user. Obviously, a high-end user like photographers, musicians, engineers, etc. So let's see what they come with in the next months ahead. So these are basically the news for now. I just wanted to give you a hint of what is coming on in the next couple of months by Apple, and as long as there are upcoming news, we're gonna continue work with it. Also, we have to wait by 2024 when they start doing the chips in-house here in the United States, and specifically here in Arizona with the 5nm chips, most likely the M2s or M3s, because they try to plan to keep at least this part in-house, and that's part of the plan to try to use components all in-house. They started with these chips most likely, or mostly also the screens for the Apple Watch that will be done directly by Apple, not a design and bring it to outsourcing, and eventually all parts will be handled by the same company. And that actually, I think, to my end, is a very good move, not only for the company but also for the public in general. What do you think about it? Put it in the comments down below, and remember, share these videos, give lots of likes, and tell everybody to subscribe to MacFab PR. MacFab PR news out. We'll see you in the next video.